We're with Coach Gundy as the Cowboys get ready to face the TCU Horned Frogs. We were talking about this on the radio pregame, and I think it definitely warrants going back to, is you were talking about how the guys in practice are still really getting after it and how pleased you've been about what's happened. And I'm just curious about, I know you talk a lot about culture, but why do you think that's the case? I mean, a lot of teams would just be having a hard time just grinding through, but they're not.
We have a number of players that have been here quite a while. That helps, so that your culture. My honest opinion is that we have been very upfront with the players and told them exactly how we feel, what's going on. Coaching could have been better. Schemes could have been better. Players could have been better. And I think that this generation of young people appreciate that. And it's not easy. So just think about being in my situation, the head coach. So we're on a pretty good losing streak. I have to talk to the players in front of them about 4 times a week. That's my job. That's what I do. I talk to them on a Monday, I talk to them on a Tuesday, I talk to them on a Thursday, and I talk to them again on a Saturday, kind of Friday. So if you think about it, when things aren't going well, you run out of things to say.
Yeah.
Unless you tell them the truth. Exactly what's happened, exactly why it happened, whether it's uncomfortable or not. That's what I have done with the team, and I think that's why if somebody were to come watch us practice, they would think that we were 7-2 or whatever.
Yeah.
They really would.
Yeah.
Guys practice really hard again this week. And then my buddies, my cronies back home, they'll text, well, you're sure not showing up on game day. And I said, well, I'm not going to disagree with you. But the only thing that we can do for the organization in long-term and short-term is to ask them to compete and play hard. They are doing that.
So if that's the case, then there's opportunity for improvement.
Sure,
are you seeing that
better
in some areas?
Sure, they're getting better. One issue we've had is we get some guys beat up, and we have to move guys around, and we haven't had consistency in a lot of positions this year, and that's caused some issues.
Yep.
Okay, you know, you want me to – I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what's happening.
Yep.
But we do have guys that are improving. And, you know, this is the first time we've been in this situation in 19 years. And specifically me, dating all the way back to my last 3 years with Les when I was an assistant.
Right.
So really for me, this is the first time I've been in this situation in almost 25 years. So it's very unusual. But the way that our players are competing and giving everything they have for Oklahoma State is impressive.
How do you feel about the TCU matchup? What do you see?
You know, it's interesting. We're rushing for about 3.3 or 3.4 a carry. They're at about 3.7, I think, somewhere in that area. So neither one of us, I'm guessing Coach Dykes is not excited about that. I'm not excited about it. And whether we like it or not, a lot of times that's a pretty good prediction for who's going to win the game. You tie that into turnovers, penalties, and what could potentially be big special teams plays, and you're going to start to get a balance that your odds makers use to predict scores.
Right.
Okay? And there's times that they've played good, and then there's times that I'm sure they would have played better, and it's almost like they can't stack anything together. And then we're a little bit in that category in that we played okay, and then we played not good, and then we went to BYU and played great, and then we played okay at Baylor, had a chance to win. Then we came back and played okay in the first quarter against Arizona State, the first half, and then in the second half we couldn't get anything going, either side of the ball.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're at right now, but the good news is we had a great week of practice, and guys are excited about playing.
We'll have a look at the highlights from the TCU game on our next show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.